your phone turned off? Do you feel relaxed? Just to warn you, you're my 16th interview for today. Make yourself comfortable. Chairs here are pretty comfortable.
Sure. I mean, yeah, that's right. Thank you.
You will not have any visual contact with me. Neither will I with you. The company believes that this is the only way to avoid any subjectivity in this admission test to enter the company.
Huh. I didn't know that, but if so, all right.
People's eyes are revealing additional answers, and that might divert us from the main objective, which is the important one.
Now I understand.
Have you ever sat in a more comfortable chair?
Oh, yeah. They're really very comfortable. Are they genuine leather or eco-friendly?
The workmanship is special, quite unique.
Ah, I see.
Are you ready for this challenge?
Yeah, of course I'm ready.
I saw your CV. Languages, education, computer skills. You have enough specializations. First, I'd like to congratulate you for making it to this interview. You know how many people apply. It's quite fascinating.
I tried my best.
Do you know what our company is all about?
Well, I have a few guesses here and there, but in general, my curiosity is huge, and maybe that's part of the whole challenge.
Are you aware that eventually you'll start from the very bottom? With other words, from rock bottom.
Yes, I'm aware of it, and I think that this is very normal. One has to start from somewhere to reach the president's position.
I see that emotionally you are very well prepared.
This is the company I have always wanted to work for. Ever since I was a little kid, I've been collecting everything for it. I've cut out all the newspaper articles written about it, collected them thoroughly, and I even placed them under my pillow at night. My parents even started to worry about me, but later on they realized this great desire of mine, this dream of mine, and they began to support me.
So, you're starting off with a lie. Nothing has ever been written about the company. No information has been released in any media source. If you lie once again, this comfortable chair must become vacant.
I just want to make a good impression. That's all. It won't happen again. You see, I'm just very confused. I really want to become a bass guitarist. But the circumstances, well, generally life is full of circumstances, and that's why.
I'll pretend that I haven't heard anything, as if you said nothing. I'm talking about the bass guitar. From the outset, I would like to warn you that here one works 30, 40, if necessary, 60 hours per hour per day. 60 hours per day. Doesn't that bother you?
No, not even a little. I am ready to sleep here in the name of the company, to not even eat. Yes, I will give all my strength for its prosperity. This will, first of all, be an honor and a responsibility, and then a job.
Avoid using any pathos. It will not help you in collecting points. We are starting with the white questions. What is your marital status?
What? Lonely? I don't have a marital status.
This is very good. If you have a family, you have no chances. This is useless responsibilities. After that, children and other responsibilities. I believe you understand why we prefer our candidates to have no marital status. Imagine if you had a family and your wife is calling you because the refrigerator has broken down. How would you give yourself fully to the company? You would be focused on the refrigerator you'll start thinking how to find a technician. Your wife is not going to leave you alone until the technician arrives. She'll give you grief over the phone, and after that at home, you wouldn't be able to sleep well and be focused and alert in the name of the company.
Yes, that's right. Last year, I was just about to get married. But you know, it happens at the last moment. She fell in love with another, my best friend. And we were childhood best friends, and I saw them kissing in a telephone booth, and I will never forgive him. Heck, I will never forgive her, because I loved her. I really loved her from head to toes, and maybe I still love her. Even when I think of her, it takes my breath away. Like, it literally takes my breath away.
I understand.
No, every morning, I loved the smell of her breath. I loved watching her stretch. I loved having tea on her shoulders. And in the evening, when she would come home from work, I always prepared the table. I would also buy the wine, and we drank and we talked. And
I understand. Just to warn you that expressing yourself excessively poetic does not help you in collecting points.
That wretch took her from me. That's the truth. We were childhood best friends. Best friends. I will never forgive him. Never. Absolute trash.
Take it easy. Focus. And try not to fall in such emotional states. I'm not here to listen, much less to solve your personal problems. I'm not a psychoanalyst. The company have enough psychoanalysts who are going to be available and within easy reach, eventually.
I really apologize. It won't happen again. I'm sorry that I lost my nerves and began languishing.
Any languishing is a loss of points. And right now, I'm calculating, and you have to collect a lot of points to pass this test to enter the company.
I understand.
But everything depends on you.
I understand. It will not be repeated. I've always wanted to pass this test of admission, to enter the company, to be part of it. It will not be repeated.
I hope so. We are continuing with the white questions. Do you sweat often?
I'm sorry, I don't think I understood. Okay. Jesus.
It's better to understand it from the very beginning, otherwise you're eating up my time.
I seriously apologize, but...
Do your armpits sweat often?
From time to time, if I'm overly excited, if I'm in any kind of tension, and of course, in the warmer months, like all people, July, August, and sometimes even September. And now the summers are getting very hot, like every year they get hotter.
So, employees in this company do not sweat. This cannot happen neither during hot nor in the cold months. Sweat under the white shirt is something extremely harmful. It damages the image of the company, no matter if you are at work or not. And the image of the company is something that is built for centuries. And when your armpits are sweaty and you have wet spots on your white shirt, that is detrimental for the company prestige. It knocks it down. Have I made myself clear, or should I repeat myself?
Well, if you don't mind, I'll be using cosmetic products then. They're selling so much now, there won't be any problem in my opinion. In general, the cosmetics industry is booming, so there won't be any problem. Meaning, the image of the company will not be hurt, if I understand you correctly.
Would you mind not analyzing my words, but answering my questions precisely and clearly?
It won't happen again. I just said that I believe in the cosmetics industry.
The company hospital has a dermatologist. If it's happened that you pass this test and become a part of the company, this will be one of the first things you have to do. Through intervention, some of your sweat glands that are stimulating your armpit sweat are going to be removed. And this way, your white shirt will be always clean, and the image of the company will be intact. Cosmetic products are not favored here and they cost money.
Does it hurt a lot? I'm just asking out of curiosity. Just out of curiosity.
Do not cross the line with me. I believe I was clear enough.
I was asking because I'm afraid of doctors.
Nothing ever hurts here. Remember that.
Okay, yes, I will remember it. Nothing ever hurts here.
And in this company, no one ever sweats.
Okay, and no one ever sweats. Oh.
We are moving on. Put your hands forward and up. Forward and up. We are moving to the blue questions. Alcohol is the topic of this conversation. You know, this is one of the diseases of the century. We cannot go without it. Be as honest as possible because all the detectors are on.
Seriously? I drink a little. Rosé. Occasionally Polish vodka, and if I'm with friends, Belgian beer, but always within the limits. I haven't gotten drunk since prom, and even though it was so cool back then, so many hours wasted. It was very, very cool. Even as I remember it now, it was perhaps the greatest day of my life. The coolest. I was flying.
Enough. Just warn you. If you'd like to be a part of the company, words like cool and likewise must be cut out from your vocabulary and in their place to embed expressions that are used by company staff. We have a full-time philologist here. If you pass this test and become an employee of the company, this will be one of your first duties, to meet with him and to form your vocabulary. Right now, it is in terrible state.
I understand. It was a slip of the tongue. A slip of the tongue. It occasionally happens, but this will not happen again. I've always tried to speak scholarly, to not even use slang. It was just a slip of the tongue, honestly. Does this take off any points?
Any slip of the tongue takes off points and diminishing your chances. But back to the alcohol. And I heard that you have friends.
Yes, I do have. They're about 2 or 3, okay? They aren't a lot, and especially after what happened last year, I don't really believe in friendship that much. However, one cannot fully not believe in friendship. At least that's what I think.
You haven't come here to philosophize about friendships, right?
Right. Does that eliminate points?
If you become an employee of the company, that will be the end with all friendships. The company is going to be your only friend. Am I clear?
How am I supposed to tell them now that they're no longer going to be my friends anymore? I mean, they have always helped me for so many years, and in general, we're like a squad. Yes, we're a small squad, but we're united nonetheless.
You are irritating me. You're starting to make me nervous. You're starting to irritate me too much.
I didn't want to. I'm terribly sorry. You know what? I just need a quick sip of water. It's right here for you, right?
No drinking water during the interview.
Okay, then I'm just going to go to the restroom.
No! But sit back on this divinely blessed chair. No moving from this chair during the interview.
Okay. I'm just going to take off my suit jacket.
No taking off clothes during the interview. The company is going to tell you when to take off your clothes, when to drink water, when to go to the washroom. And let's get back to your friends.
Okay.
An employee of the company will meet and talk with them. You will provide their phone numbers and addresses. and then we'll meet and talk with them, and everything will be fine. We cannot afford for you to be part of smaller squads, friendships or otherwise. This is a waste of time. And secondly, it distracts you both physically and emotionally. And we are investing heavily in you and cannot throw our money out the window.
Okay. You're clear, okay?
Am I?
Yes, you're clear. I understand. But still, a friendship takes years to be built. And friends, real friends, are not as easy to find. As they say, a good friend is like a four-leaf clover. Hard to find and yet lucky to have.
Avoid using cliches. We have points to accumulate. But back to the alcohol.
Isn't red wine good for the heart and for the myocardium of the heart? Because recently I was reading a study and there it was actually saying that there was no better medicine for the heart, and even in Paris they drink it for breakfast, a glass of red wine. Of course, some session wine, not something of a high percentage, if you understand what I mean.
You are carried away, you're getting yourself too much carried away.
I really apologize. You know what, I'm just very nervous and I'm sorry to talk nonsense. You know what, I just need to go to the restroom. That's all. Okay, no, please.
Do not move from this chair. Go back to this divinely blessed chair.
Okay.
If you become a part of the company, you'll be entitled to 1 glass of champagne at our annual cocktail party. You have a choice of white or red, French or Portuguese, and so on and so forth. As you can see, we give our employees a right of choice. We give them the opportunity to feel unique and blessed, as they say. Have you ever heard of any company taking care of its employees this way?
I haven't even thought about there being another such company.
I asked you if you have heard, not whether you thought.
No.
Answer my questions precisely and clearly.
No.
This is how money is made, sir. The only way, when the company stimulates its employees, when you give them a chance to feel unique, to feel like the cream of the crop, like the cherry on top of the cake of society.
And what date is the cocktail party?
It's pretty for you to ask about the cocktail party. This is an arrogance on your part.
I was just asking about it so that I may motivate myself more. That would have given me the strength to endure this whole ordeal.
Motivate yourself, but you're over-talkative. This is getting to be too much.
It won't happen again.
I hope so. We're continuing with the blue questions. Are you predisposed to overweight, to being overweight?
It's genetic for me. Otherwise, I don't eat much. Even sometimes I don't have dinner, to avoid wasting time. And when I'm accepted into the company, that will be the end of me eating.
Do not enter the conversation so coldly. Our nutritionists are going to take care of you, but you also have to put some efforts.
I understand. I'm ready to do anything to drop my weight. I am going to exercise, follow the best diets, undergo a regimen of sorts. But if it's genetic for me, I don't know if I'll succeed, but I will do my best.
Exercising is another conversation. It's not the point of this conversation. I believe you understand that being overweight undermines company prestige. It knocks it down. Fat under the white shirt is not allowed. It should not be any fat under the white shirt. It shouldn't be and cannot be any fat under the white shirt.
Please.
If you become a part of the company, all eyes are going to be on you. And no matter where from your body the fat is coming out, that is going to knock the company prestige. and this is not allowed. Our employees must fit into the parameters 40, 70, 100. Repeat after me. 40, 70, 100.
70, 100.
40, 70, 100.
100.
The only exception is really invisible 7 centimeter muffin top. Stepping out of these parameters is equivalent to stepping out of the company. Am I clear?
Okay. Yes, but as I said, I'm genetically predisposed.
Sir, gene is the gene, but the company is the company. Our specialists are changing the gene without any problem. It becomes precisely the exact same for all our employees. Today you have the gene, tomorrow you don't. Repeat after me. Today you have the gene, tomorrow you don't. Today you have the gene, tomorrow you don't.
Okay. I will do my best. Seriously, but since it's genetic for me, you know what? I don't even know how to express myself right now. I just won't be leaving the gym.
And when would you be working? Can we talk about that?
Outside of work hours.
Oh, sir, there is no such thing as work hours or outside of work hours here. Here, time is different.
Wait, so how will I get rid of my excessive calories? I thought that with more sports and exercise, you know.
Sir, genetic engineering is well ahead. I mean advanced. You will be in the approved body parameters of the company without any problem. And when you go on the streets with your colleagues for a walk, you'll feel unique.
I will feel unique.
Yes, you'll feel unique.
Huh. I know. I'm pretty familiar with the whole process of it all. Okay, but still.
Should we continue on?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for expressing myself this way, that I doubted your words even. It will not be repeated.
I hope so. We are moving to the green questions. Are you predisposed to balding? I see your hair starting falling here and there.
No, okay. I was told that my hair follicle might be thin, and that's why it may seem to you that way.
So, you started balding. This is fatal for the image, the dignity, not to mention the money of the company. I'm telling you, this is fatal.
Really, could you please show me exactly where I started balding?
Are you doubting my words?
I wouldn't allow myself to.
Our wig maker will design you a hairstyle that is going to be according to the position you occupy. Since most probably you'll start from the very bottom, you will be designed small, imperceptible black curls. Sit back on the giant flesh chair. How come you're getting caught of that chair?
Curls? Will they even suit me?
It's important to suit the company, not you. Curls are symbol of success, class, financial stability. And when you go on the streets, it's going to show the prosperity of the company. Because as I told you, all eyes are going to be on you.
Isn't that just a little bit too much now? Me with black curls.
Excuse me.
Well?
I'm sensing some signs of opposition coming from you. Am I deceiving myself or?
No, I was not in any opposition at all. I was just thinking out loud how I would look like with the curls, and that's all. Because I've been with this hair like that all my life, and now with curls, wouldn't they laugh at me a lot? That's why I react that way. Wouldn't they laugh at me?
Why do you think that the company hasn't thought about that? If someone laughs, scoffs, or somehow belittles you, that someone is going to be confronted by the company within seconds. Do you know what that means? Do you know what would happen to that someone who goes against the company?
I guess.
Oh, at this point you can only guess. But believe me, your assumptions are in a very wrong direction. Extremely wrong.
Okay, So actually, if I'm understanding correctly, with the curls, I can safely walk down the street, and no one will belittle me or anything like that.
More than safely. However, I would like to advise you that your hairstyle will improve, it will evolve, change according to the position you occupy.
Huh. What if I became the president of the company? How would I look like then?
Would you like us to skip that question?
It was just out of curiosity. At least could you tell me about the second level? How would I look like at level 2?
At level 2, the accent is non-aggressive, unobtrusive, quad crew cut, from left to right.
Well, I like this one much more than the other one.
It will take many years for our wig maker to make you that one. For some takes 10, for other 15 years. And some are left with curls for life. Everything depends on you, on your dedication, on your input, on your work, for the company.
Okay, are you saying that I can retire with curls?
That very well may be, and I don't see anything wrong with that.
I mean, isn't an elderly man with black curls just a little bit funny right now? I'm just thinking out loud, nothing more.
I think we talked about that already.
Anyway, could you tell me about the third level? And I promise I won't ask you anymore.
This is pretty idealistic for you to think about that. And that is only going to waste our time. Do you know what kind of crowd is waiting outside? A wild, uncontrollable crowd waiting to come and sit on this divinely blessed chair, and you're wasting my time with your precious.
That's right. I convinced myself of all this. I was just curious.
Okay, for you, I'll make an exception, I'll tell you. At third level, the accent is unnoticeable boldness. 33 degrees above the fontanelle. We are continuing with the green questions. How are your teeth? What? Is this a cavity? I see you came here to this interview with a cavity.
My teeth are healthy. I'm constantly having prophylactic dental checkups every 6 months even.
They might be healthy, but I don't think so. I believe a slight correction will be needed.
Okay.
Yeah, a nuance will be made for you. Everyone in the company has the same teeth. Everyone must have the same smile. We do not allow one to smile to the left, another to smile to the right. Everyone must smile in the same direction. Am I clear?
Okay. What was the point of me studying 4 years for my bachelor's and another 4 years for my master's so that you could be asking me these questions about genetic obesity, balding, and now my teeth?
You came here on your own choosing, right? No one forced you to come, right? Smile is the business card of the company. It is the reflection of the company.
Yes, I got it. It's the business card of the company.
Without any hesitation, you can get out of this chair and leave it for someone else who is waiting eagerly outside to come and sit on it. Do you know how many years these people are over there waiting to come and sit on this chair? Some of them are waiting for 10, 12, 15 years. But they are well aware that when they enter and if they pass this interview and become a part of the company, their lives change for better. They start making money. Their bank accounts start swell up. Do you know what that means? Do you know what that means? It will be time when you wouldn't be even able to spend your money. Do you know that? Have you ever seen yourself with such huge amount of money? Have you? Banks are going to send you thank you letters daily. And all that you're going to owe it sorry to the company. You know, money's everything, sir. Everything. It's much more than happiness, friendships, love. Much more than anything else in the world. You are going to need to live your golden years with dignity. You will easily pay for your electricity, heating, water. You mount on whatever you want without hitting your precious head with that unnecessary mouth. Do you know what that means? This is what this crowd is aware, sir. And if it's necessary, they're ready to wait 100 years only to be a part of the company. Am I clear, sir? You decide.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, excuse me for being so rude to you and so undisciplined in my answers, okay? I just thought I had a nice smile, that's why. Otherwise, I understand that I'm predisposed to obesity, that I'm predisposed to being bald, that I'm more or less ugly, I got it, okay? But I always thought that somehow people are charmed by my nice smile. And even my mom told me, how did I give birth to you with that nice smile? And that's why, okay? Otherwise, I understand everything. I understand everything.
Focus. We are going into the epicenter of this interview. And you'll need exceptional concentration. The following questions and their subsequent answers carry the most weight or can take off the most points. So you need exceptional concentration. We are moving to the red questions. I'll start from afar. Does your stomach ache? Do you feel the hots when you see a woman? In other words, do you fall in love?
Well, it does happen to me. Very rarely. I try to suppress it, because then it becomes very difficult. You see me, I'm a pretty shy guy. And when I see a pretty woman, I just turn my head up to the marble sky, because I know the consequences after that. I would become depressed, and in any case, that will hinder my professional realization.
The word depression is forbidden here. It's forbidden. There is no more forbidden word than this.
I got it.
Depression is forbidden.
Okay, I would go into a state of mental upheaval.
That's much better. So, you do not believe in love from first sight, second sight, third sight?
Exactly. I do my best to ignore it, to not even believe in it. Especially after what happened last year. I mean, they've been hiding with my best friend for 3 months. But you know, at one point, you can't hide something forever.
That doesn't matter, but after that answer, you started having some chances in passing this interview.
Really?
And are you dependent on having sex? Do you enjoy having sex?
Well, how can I put it? I try to avoid it. It's a great waste of time. Showering, disrobing, dressing up, skincare and cosmetics before that. Then lovey-dovey words, kisses, sensual affection. It just eats up a lot of time. It just wastes time.
Avoid using my words. You're collecting points and after that you lose them.
Did I lose a lot of points though?
Enough. And overall, what is your sexual orientation?
I'm heterosexual. Is that bad? Did I do something wrong?
Again, an issue.
An issue.
Not that it's bad or wrong, but for the sake of the company, it's better to have no sexual orientation. Absolutely none.
Okay, I haven't even heard about someone without a sexual orientation.
Oh, there are quite a bit.
Really?
I'm the one asking the question.
Yeah, okay, sorry.
Any sexual orientation is a waste of time. It eats up time. And the company cannot afford that. Otherwise, we're pretty tolerant to all kinds of orientations, even extremely tolerant.
So what should I do now? I already told you I'm going to be turning my head up to the marble sky.
No matter how often you turn your head up to the marble sky, one day you'll forget to turn it up to the marble sky. And when that human mistake happens, what do we do?
I really don't know. I don't have an exact answer right now. I want to have one, but I can't think of one. I'm actually clueless. I'm really sorry.
I'll help you with the answer. The company will start losing money, and we cannot allow that. We had a similar case a year ago. One of our employees was on one of the key positions of the company. We invested in him money, time, everything. But he forgot to turn his head up to the marble sky. He fell in love. Such a waste. We are still calculating the losses.
So, did you fire him?
That is unnecessary detail, but I'll tell you. He understood his mistake, but it was too late, and he committed suicide. In his last wish letter, he asked us to be buried in the private company cemetery. We made that exception, but I'm telling you, we are still calculating the losses, and they're huge, unhuman losses.
How did he commit suicide?
That is a necessary detail, but still I'll tell you, even though I'm breaking the protocol. Anyone who decides to commit suicide here does it in the same exact way. Interpretations in this regard are not permitted.
Is this for real?
What a surprise!
I mean, I just feel sad for the citizen now. I mean, so what should I do now, Madam?
For you, I'm Madam Company.
Madam Company. What should I do now?
Why would you think that this would be left to be solved by itself? Why would you think that this issue would be left by the company to be solved by itself? How can you think such a thing?
No, I don't think I ever thought such a thing, but I am really confused. So confused that...
If you are a person with an orientation, you will have a chance to discard your testosterone once a week. You know very well that it's not good to linger for too long. It disturbs the metabolism of the organism. You will have a chance to discard it in the designated booths, of course on medical prescription. Our sexologist will take care of that. He'll give you the day, hour, and minute when you have to enter the booth and discard your testosterone, to fling it, to toss it. It's a good idea to follow the instructions precisely, otherwise mishappenings occur, and that might cost you your career, and you might be left with curls for life, to express myself properly.
Okay, is there any other option? I'm guessing that such a company such as yours has hundreds of options for its employees, and I'm also guessing that the company's sexologist is probably one of the best, so...
Sir, we are a liberal company, and for every issue we are looking for a variety of solutions to satisfy our employees.
So what are the other options? Look, Madam Company, this is extremely important to me, like extremely.
The other option is the company recruited enough female and male flesh according to the orientation of the employees. That can be used once a week. Of course, it is withheld from the paycheck, and as you can guess, it is done in the time outside of the work time, in the time indicated by the company.
What about this one for me? Come on! Like who cares that you will have to like, withhold it from my paycheck, indicate the time. Come on, this is a much better option compared to tossing and flinging my testosterone in a booth.
Sir, this option is available for our employees of the level 3 and above. For those who show their dedication, who sacrificed for it, who accepted it as a parent. And of course, we show our appreciation. This is our norm, to always show our appreciation.
But
There is a third option, and as a friend, I'm telling you, this is the best one. If you take advantage of it, your career will ascend rapidly. You wouldn't be able even to stop it.
Seriously? Super! Could you please tell me more about this third option? I'm guessing that this is more my type. The other two are, how should I say it? They're just not my type.
You will undergo a surgical intervention.
Surgical intervention?
Yes, surgical intervention. What's wrong with what I'm saying?
To castrate me.
I believe the terminology is irrelevant.
To castrate me! To remove my masculinity! But Madam Company, this is genocide! This is against my human rights!
Do not wind yourself up. Many of our employees prefer that. It is done in our laboratories by exceptional specialists. In the laboratories that are equipped with the latest advancements in medicine. No one ever complained so far. On opposite, everyone shows their appreciation, their gratitude to our specialists and to the company. I'll take your silence as an agreement, but of course you'll have the chance to think about it. But I'm telling you, if you'd like your career to skyrocket, you better take advantage of it. Being with an orientation, it's not good. It takes off a lot of points. We are moving to the most important question. The purple question. Your parents still alive?
Okay, I have a mother still. However, I haven't seen my father for more than 15 years. What do you mean by your question?
You know, older people become like children. They constantly want something. They want attention. They want care. And that eats up time. If you have to bring them to the hospital, it's time. If you have to buy them something from the store, it's time. If you have to talk with them, it's time. In general, parents, living parents, eats up time. It's quite a delicate matter, but you have to get rid of them. And first, you have to get rid of your mother.
Okay, what do you mean I get rid of them? And what do you mean I get rid of her? I seriously don't think I understand.
If you'd like to prosper, you have to get rid of her.
What do you mean? How will I get rid of her? How?
It's not for you to worry.
Yeah, but how?
In the name of your prosperity, in the name of the achievements you seek, we have to deprive them from their right to live. They eat up a lot of time. Otherwise, there is nothing wrong with them. Let them be alive and well. But they really eat up time. You wouldn't be able to focus on your work. Every tier takes off points. And you're not an A student. Just the opposite.
Okay, yes, but...
You will not feel anything but as if a huge burden is taken off your shoulders. The company will take care of everything. It will cover all the expenses of the funeral and the whole organization overall. Turn around. Turn around. There is a button here. You push this button and everything else is a concern of the company. Pick up your phone and talk with your mother.
Please.
I'm fond of you and I'm giving you this bonus that I haven't given to anyone in my life. Pick up your phone and call your mother.
Right now?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Mom?
Yes, Anton.
Mom?
Yes, Anton. Yes, Anton. You didn't recognize me, did you?
You?
Yes, me. I was always sure that one day we'll meet here. I in my position, and you in this chair. But I didn't know when. It was reckoned to be today.
How come I never knew?
Everyone, sooner or later, wants to start working in this company. And believe me, no one can escape this interview chair.
But how come I never knew you worked here?
I was not allowed to tell you.
Why?
I'll skip that question. But I always wanted you to start working here. To start climbing up the ladder, level by level, run by run.
Then why did you buy me a bass guitar at one point?
Those were the times when I made mistakes. I made many mistakes. Before I entered the company, what I did was nonsense.
I liked it, Mom. I even taught myself. My first piece was Hotel California. That was your favorite piece.
That nonsense. Music is useless. There's no place for music in this world. Or rather, the time for music has passed. What is that today? You see? It only makes people like fall in love or start languishing or to fall into the great depression. Who needs that today? Today people must work, must climb up the ladder, level by level, run by run. Very soon, all those piano keys, those bass guitars, saxophones, trumpets, and the like, all those will be destroyed very soon. All the music conservatories, all the opera houses, theater gardens, all of them will be destroyed. They're not needed by anyone. They only prevent the normal human evolution. They are stopping the humanity from evolving ahead. It cripples it.
This isn't fair.
Oh, never make any ascertainments. Any ascertainment might stop you on some of the rungs and you wouldn't be able to wiggle yourself out.
Stop with the stupid ladder and these stupid rungs.
time to push the button.
I can't.
I don't understand you.
I just can't.
I don't understand you at all.
You're my mother, Mom.
It doesn't matter. You don't want to stay a loser like all those who linger forever in the streets. And there's no much time left. This conversation is out of any rules of the company.
Stop with this company. You're my mother.
That doesn't matter.
Then screw this company. You hurt me.
Do you remember your grandfather?
Of course I remember him. He played the accordion. He played it very well.
Do you remember when he went to visit friends in the country? The friends from the old country and never came back?
Yes?
It wasn't easy for me, right?
What?
It wasn't easy for me, right?
You.
I had to do it. Otherwise, I'll be a loser like all those who stay behind the company fences and look with envy. Otherwise, our fridge would be empty.
This cannot be true, right?
I also was in this chair once. But back then, the chairs were not so comfortable. And there weren't any buttons like this. At that time, the company was at its infancy. It was establishing itself. And it was risky. One had to take many risks. Now, you push this button, and you know what? At that time, even dying was much more painful. Now, you push the button, and I go to the 4th row of the cemetery. Burial service is wonderful. There is no such burial service in any cemetery. I've been to hundreds of them, so much class and taste. It's unforgettable. Oh, you know what? Maybe the vice president will come and honor me. Imagine the vice president to come and show his respects to me. That's an honor that is not given to everybody. Imagine the vice president honoring me.
Mom.
I really loved your grandfather. Nothing was missing from your life, right? What about all those scams, all those losers? Their fridges were empty forever. And for you, you always had the steaks that you liked on your dinner table. You like beef soup, and you always had it on the table. You like cheese, and you had it on the table, all the varieties of the expensive ones. You like freshly squeezed oranges with a little bit of grapefruit, and you had it on your table. You like cream soup, and you had it on your table. You like creme brulee, and you had it on your table. Everything that you like, you had it on your table.
Mom!
You took all the courses that you wanted. Technologies, languages, computers. You took all the scholarships that you needed. You got all the internships that you wanted. You become a modern man, one that this society needs. And now, when you push this button, you become a part of the company. What more you can want? And how many can be part of this company? Tell me, how many? How many? Tell me. The world must go ahead. The world must evolve. And you are part of it.
Mom?
Until I'm here, for you, I'm Melon Company.
Mom!
All those musicians. must be trampled on, gutted, destroyed, once and for all. Hang their gold brothers on the balconies of the offices as a lessons to others. Use their blood to produce dishwasher detergent and soap to clean the floors of the malls, supermarkets, office equipment stores and chains. Use their stomach acid to produce shoe polish for the employed citizens to shine their shoes. Crush their bones to produce computers, toners, scanners. You have to push the button. There is no much time left, and this conversation is out of any rules of the company. No visual contact is allowed.
No, screw this whole fucking company.
Excuse me?
Screw this whole fucking company!
Nothing was missing from your life, right? Nothing. You owe it solely to the company. Remember that.
Yes, Mom. Yes, nothing was missing in my life. And yes, the fridge was always full. But where were you? Where were you? Where were you? Where were you when I started shaving for the first time? And I was covered in blood. Where were you so you could hug me, kiss my forehead, tell me that everything's gonna be okay? Where were you, Mom? Where were you when I was covered in pubescent pimples and everyone was making fun of me? Where were you so I could ask you what to do? Where were you when I got drunk for the first time and I drank a whole bottle of vodka and I smashed my head up and I fell in the toilet bowl and yes, the fridge was full, but where were you? Where were you when I fell in love for the first time? When I had absolutely no idea what to do and I was dying for her. I was literally dying. Were you there with me? In the bathtub when I was cutting my veins because of her again. And I started to cut myself. Look! Have you ever heard that? What have you even heard about me if at all? Yes, the fridge was full, but what do you know about me? Did you know that I used to write poetry? And they even published one of my stupid poems. And I was so proud of myself, Mom, and I wanted to share that moment with you. I bet you didn't know that I wanted to become a soccer player as a kid. Nothing else. A soccer player. Did you know that I got high in 8th grade? And I ran in front of oncoming traffic without knowing why. Maybe because that's when they kicked me out of school. Have you ever heard that I got kicked out? Mom? Mom, don't you get it? You left me in the dark to figure this whole life out by myself. When I needed you the most, you were just gone. Absolutely gone! I'm grateful that the fridge was full. The fridge was stuffed with whatever I wanted. But where were you? Where were you? Where are you?
You have a minute to push this button and become a part of the company. This is your real life test. Everything else is mumbo jumbo, blah, 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 blah. Musician, poet, soccer player, blah, 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 blah. Nothing will make me happier than knowing that you are a part of the company. Nothing will make me smile more than knowing that you are climbing up the ladder. Level 7, level 14, level 79. Nothing will make me happier. You know, now when you push the button, you'll enter the wig maker salon. And you will have a hairstyle of an employee of the company. Remember the curls? Do you know what that means to me? It's happiness. Happiness. Happiness!
Welcome to the company's wigmaker salon.
Dad? Thank you so much for coming. Thank you. It really means a lot to all of us. Thank you.